The NBA just recently celebrated their 75th anniversary this past year. So many players came in and out of the league, and so many legends were made. Today, however, I'm going to shift the focus from the greatest players to the ugliest players of all time. I'm going to be constructing the most disgusting, hideous-looking team in NBA history, and seeing how they do in an NBA 2K22 My League season. Let's not waste any more time. The starting point guard for Team Ugly has to be the best player on this team, Sam Cassell. But look at this man. He looks like a thumb with eyes, like some ugly reptile that came out of extinction, and that overbite is in desperate need of a dentist. He just got given an unfortunate set of genetics, but it's a much better sight when we look at his stats and accomplishments instead of his face. He's a 3-time NBA champion and a 1-time NBA All-Star who averaged 16, 6, and 3 throughout his 15-year career. I would choose nobody else for the ugliest point guard other than Cassell. At shooting guard, we have Andrei Kirilenko. I wouldn't say he's as ugly as Cassell, but there's a short supply of ugly guards and he's the best option for the two. Other than the fact he looks like a Western European woman, he did put up some decent numbers throughout his career. He played for the Jazz for most of his career, with averages of 12 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 3 assists a game. His length and athleticism make him a great shooting guard for Team Ugly, considering the limited options. At small forward, we have somebody who is bound to make this team no matter the position, and his name is Popeye Jones. It's almost like Jones purposely tries to look goofy in every single photo that's taken of him. He stares into your soul. Not to mention his Shrek-looking ears. Even when he was young, he was stupid-looking. He's definitely in the top 3 ugliest on the team. His stats aren't anything special either, but he did average more rebounds in his career than points, which is pretty interesting. He retired with 7 points and 7.4 rebounds per game, along with a little over an assist. He is another very ugly man who will be a great starter for this team, and hopefully he can get used to playing the 3 instead of the 4. At power forward, we have one of the worst players on the team, but he's an all-time great if the NBA was an ugly contest. That man is Sheldon Williams. The pictures on their own say a lot more than I ever could with words, so let's just dive into his stats. He only played for 6 years in the league and played for 7 different teams in that time. He was drafted to the Hawks and then traded to the Kings, then proceeded to sign with the Timberwolves, Celtics, Nuggets, Knicks, and Nets for a year each before retiring in 2011. He finished out his career with 4.5 points, 4 rebounds, and 0.5 assists per game. I just hope he can hold his own against the other bigs in the league, considering he's only 6'9" and not very fast. At center, there were many options, but I had to go with none other than the 7'7" Goliath, George Merson. Not only does he have one of the longest bodies I've ever seen, but he also has one of the longest faces. He just looks so dumb and a little bit creepy, but his insane height will help our interior defense and size in general in the front court. He also had a 6-year career, but he put up some decent numbers compared to Williams. He retired in 1999 with 10 points, 6 rebounds, and a block and a half per game. I'm very happy with this choice for the starting ugly center, and I think he will help this horrible looking team succeed. I'm also going to add 2 honorable mentions, who will be the 6th and 7th men on Team Ugly. My 6th man is Chris Kaman, who has looked like 2 different ugly people throughout his career. First, he looked like a failed rock star in the Clippers, then decided to switch it up completely and looked like he stumbled out of a trailer park and onto an NBA court for the Lakers. Skill-wise, he's definitely one of the better players on Team Ugly. He averaged 11 points, 8 rebounds, and a little over a block a game over the course of his career. He's a great interior defender. It's a shame he isn't a little bit uglier so he could start. The final addition to this ugly team is Tyrone Hill. Other than his weird looking ears, I can't put my finger on why he's so ugly. Something about him is just unsettling. His stats also aren't great, which is why he's the last option. He retired with 9 points, 9 rebounds, and an assist for his career. This is the ugliest possible team I could have made, and I have some predictions for them before we get into the season. I think Sam Cassell will definitely be our best scorer and player in general, and I think George Merson will carry on the boards with at least 12 a game. I think Sheldon Williams will be our worst starter overall, and Chris Kaman could have a shot at winning 6th man of the year. I think they have a chance at barely making the play-ins with a 38-44 record, and probably will get eliminated. A playoff run with Team Ugly would be crazy, but my hopes aren't high. Let's load up 2K, build this team, and see what they can do in today's NBA. The team is officially created in 2K, and I've decided to replace the Spurs. Here's how the lineup's looking. I have Cassell and Kirilenko getting the most minutes with 38 each, and the rest getting 34. I also had to buff Popeye Jones and Tyrone Hill's stats so we actually have a chance at not finishing last in the league. I'm going to sim the first game against the Magic with Simcast for good luck. Well, that's not the best start. I simmed to All-Star Weekend, and before we see how we're doing, let's see if anyone made the All-Star game. Okay, nobody on our team is starting, but do we maybe have someone on the bench? We actually do. Sam Cassell's the only All-Star on Team Ugly. He's also our top scorer with 22 a game, so I was right about that. But Sheldon Williams is playing way better than I thought, and Merson isn't the threat on defense I expected him to be. We're 7th in the conference right now, we just have to stay that way until the end of the year. So we ended up finishing 10th, which was expected. Let's see if anyone on Team Ugly won any awards. Nobody did. First playing game is against the Jazz, and I'm just gonna go for it. And Team Ugly moves on. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing no simcast. We need some luck. Well, we got no luck. Popeye Jones went off though and dropped 26, and Mersan had 24 and only 2 rebounds for some reason. Let's see who wins it. I'm guessing the Clippers. It's the Nets. If only they can make it past the first round in real life. And imagine Ben Simmons winning a Finals MVP? I can't. I feel like we have to at least make the playoffs, so we're gonna run it back one more season, with Chris Kaman now starting over Mersan. Let's see how the first game of the season goes. That's a nice 21-point win to start off the season. I'm going to sim to the All-Star break again and check out Team Ugly's stats. We're 6th in the conference now, so slightly better than last season. My big men just aren't playing as well as they should be, but other than that, everything is looking similar to last season. We have to finish strong this season and try to be a top 8 seed. Luka won MVP, no surprise there, and Sheldon Williams wins Rookie of the Year somehow with some pretty good stats for his rating, and he's a menace on defense. He's probably the last player on this team that I expected to win an award. The rest of the awards went to the same players as last season. We're actually the 5th seed, which I honestly did not think was going to happen. Let's go Team Ugly, now's your chance to show how good you are. We lost game 1, won game 2, lost game 3, won game 4, lost game 5, and now we have to simcast for game 6. We need a miracle here. That is unfortunate, but they did control the pace of the game the whole time, so I kinda saw it coming. Who's winning the ring this year? It is the Sixers. Team Ugly could be a consistent playoff team, but that's about it. I don't think they could win a ring in the current NBA. That's it for this one. If you made it this far, you might as well subscribe and help these two numbers switch. Let me know if you like this type of video in the comments below, and I'll do more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.